Corrections, Chippewa West Facility. If you feel you've been victimized or extorted by this prisoner, please contact GTL Customer Service at 855-466-2832. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Hello?
Ghost.
Hey, what's up, Tommy?
What's going on, partner? You're live on the Free Me TV.
Okay, then. Glad to be here, bro. Just for the people that don't know, my name's Trinity Matheson, a.k.a. Ghostface. So now that I've introduced myself, let me also put this out there, bro. I'm not like the statistics guy. You got guys that can rattle you off numbers, and they can tell you everything you need to know number-wise, man. And that ain't like my angle. That ain't who I am. That ain't what I'm good at. We need those dudes. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like the living, breathing, physical story. I'm the human side of it. You feel me?
You are the stat.
I'm somebody's husband, somebody's son that's in here wrongfully convicted, and that these other people wrongfully convicted. And that's like what I am. That's the side I am. So if you're looking for statistics, I'm sorry. It's people that can do that, but I ain't good at that shit. You feel me?
Yeah. You are the stat.
Right.
You're what the people are out here making the stats on, So
yeah, for sure.
So give us a quick rundown on why you're in there, how long you've been in there, and what's going on.
All right. I'm in here for assault with intent to murder. I've been here for 18 years. Quick rundown. There was a house party, probably about 35, 40 people there. A big brawl broke out. I tried to break it up, and people started jumping me. I started getting stomped out, and somebody got to shooting, and the people that was on top of me, one dude sitting on top of me punched me, another dude kicked me. They both got shot. Another dude got shot. Nobody died. Long story short, somebody said, I don't know how they came to looking at me, but they came and got me for it. The dude that got shot, when they asked him who shot him, I'm white, by the way, and I did have braids in my hair, but they asked him who shot him. He said, the tall dude with braids, they're like, is he white or black? He said he light-skinned. This a black dude saying this. Black folks don't call white people light-skinned, by the way. So he's like, he light-skinned. I don't find none of this out till later. They don't talk to hardly any witnesses. Don't find them nothing. My people found like 5 witnesses. They never talked to them, said they couldn't find them. So I went to trial, got cooked on one of them, and found not guilty on the other. So that's where I sit right now. That's my plight as of now. Really, the thing about it, though, since I've been in here, is just I've seen this story so many times, but even worse. You know what I mean? So really, right now with you, what I'm doing is letting the people know that there are many men and women incarcerated, some wrongly, others who did it, but all of us are more than the worst thing we've ever done. In Michigan, they got a thing where you buy a soda or a beer. After you drink it, you take the bottle back and you redeem it for 10 cents. You get 10 cents. That bottle's redeemable. And my thing is, if a fucking bottle is redeemable in Michigan, why are human lives not redeemable? That's what I be on. That's kind of how I look at it. But just so people know that it ain't just me and it's not just about me, because it's not. Let me give you a few stories, real quick ones, if you don't mind.
Go ahead,
right
man.
You,
nah, the airwave is yours, brother. Take your time and
all right.
Go ahead.
All right. There's a guy named Romeo Reed. He's in here. What you know about this? You know all about conspiracy.
Yeah.
He's in here on a conspiracy charge. However, there's no principle in the charge. There's nobody charged that he's supposed to have been conspiring with. Yeah, he's in here on conspiracy.
He don't have a co-conspirator.
He don't have a co-conspirator.
He has no co-defendants.
No co-defendant. It's just him. Furthermore, it was 13 jurors on his jury that convicted him, which is in Michigan against the law. Therefore, it's void and nil. They have no jurisdiction to even be holding it. Anything after that shouldn't even happen. You can't even appeal it properly because there's no jurisdiction. So this is the fight he fighting. His judge out of Jackson, Michigan, was on one of them court TV shows telling somebody, he was saying, like, I hope you die. This is the same judge. There's another dude that, this is nationwide, his name is John Ortiz Kehoe. Now, him and a guy was at his granddad's house with John's girlfriend. John go to McDonald's, get something to eat, come back, the girl dead. You see what I'm saying? So, admittedly, he helped get rid of the body. Well, they don't know nothing. Years later, the dude named Billy Brown, who actually did the murder, gets caught for something. Says, I know about a murder. This guy did it. He know they've been looking into it. Cooked and made up all type of stories. They don't got no body, no weapon, nothing, man. Made up all type of stories. Billy's brother, everybody said he lying, that he did it. But they cooked John. Not only did they cook him, they created him out to be like a cannibal off this guy's story, man. This guy said he ate a piece of their leg or some shit. Just crazy, just killed his whole fucking reputation, man. Made him a pariah. People don't even really scared to even help him or stand up for him. Right. That's another. It's so much corruption within that.
So none of that is true. I mean, he didn't eat no dude's leg or nothing like that.
Hell no. Hell no. That's just dog trying to put extras on it. They know it ain't true. They told him, we know Billy killed her. Just tell us that and you're good. He's like, man, I wasn't there. I don't know how she died. I ain't gonna just say that. You know. Now, let me speak on the felony murder a little bit. John Ortiz killed, by the way, his stuff's all over the internet. They did a forensic file. Of course, they put their spin on it, but you can find him and look him up, man. And he's on the social media, everything. Now, the felony murder in Michigan, that's basically saying, they got a lot of places, basically saying if we go do something, you and I go in this store to commit a robbery, and within that, I don't know that you're going to kill nobody, but you do. Further, let's even make it simpler. Say we break into a school. I've used this with you before, I think.
Yeah.
And we go separate ways to steal some shit. Security guard come up on you. You murder him. I don't even know he's going to do that or that you did do that, but I get charged with murder because we went to do a crime together. Well, a few stories. You got DeMel Dukes, right? He's in here for felony murder. Go on Spotify and look at the bigger picture, Perspectives from Prison. All right? This DeMel Dukes, that's him speaking on a podcast out of New York, man. This dude's, he's powerful, man. He's an elegant dude. He speaks well. Anyway, his story is they went and did a robbery. He took money out the cash register, and his rappy, the dude he's doing, one dude's doing the crime with, killed the clerk or somebody at the place. Well, he got murdered, felony murder. He's doing life. Meanwhile, the dude was a juvenile that did the shooting, and he got his life without parole reversed over this law called Miller versus Alabama.
Yeah, Miller versus Alabama.
So he got 28 years. He'll be home in 8 years. The dude that actually did the killing. But the dude who was just there with him, life without parole.
Because one was charged as a juvenile and one was not.
Yup. No, they both charged as an adult, but that Miller law says the brain ain't developed as an adult yet. You know what I'm saying? If you're under 18. Even though his rapper was charged as an adult. At 17, he had been in prison 20 years before he got that shit overturned.
Right.
Now, instead of life without parole, he got 28 years, while DeMel still has life without parole. Another dude, Sanchez Stewart, somebody called him about buying some weed. He lives in the hood, rough part. He's like, I got it. Meet me over here. I'm going to get over there. So the people go, boom, they're from out of town. They're some white people. Now, there's a black neighborhood, so 9 times out of 10, white people come here only to buy drugs. So he telling them, I'm trying to get it together. I'll be there. And while that happens, somebody sees these people. Like, who are they? Goes up and tries to rob them, kills the people. Now, mind you, Sanchez ain't even here. All right? So that shit happened. They arrest 2 guys. They're looking for Sanchez. The 2 guys they arrest, both of them acquitted, found not guilty. They end up arresting Sanchez and cooking it, finding them guilty. Years later, the man who actually did the shooting comes forward, had nothing to do with the case, never investigated nothing, said, I did it. I shot, me and my brother was robbing them dudes, I killed them. They still ain't moved on that yet. Meanwhile, also at trial, they did Sanchez, they charged him 2 different ways with felony murder. They said either you're the shooter or you was part of a crime that and somebody that you were doing the crime with shot him. They didn't even specify which one. And the jury didn't specify which one he was guilty of. In here, Cook, or felony murder. One more example There's a dude named Derek Hamby. Now, Derek Hamby, there's an altercation on the street, his relative and another guy. So Derek puts one of the guys who's having an altercation with, who his relatives having an altercation with, in a headlock. Walks him down the street like, man, get your ass out of here. You know what I mean? So people see that, boom. This guy ends up dead down around the corner. Nobody seen Derek do it. Matter of fact, somebody said they seen someone else do it, which was Derek's relative. Derek's relative gets manslaughter, man. Got 10 years is out. Meanwhile, Derek, who wasn't the actual shooter, has life without parole on his felony murder shit. You see what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
This shit is nuts, man.
And this is all in Michigan. And what like time frame? All those guys that you read, like what is the time frame of them, as far as their?
All of them. How long they been in here?
Yeah, like the originators of their charge. As far as all those guys, like what's the time span? Were they all around the same time, or has this just been ongoing?
No. It spanned out over the years. John Ortiz Kehoe from like '96. DeMille Dukes is from 2001. Derek Hamby, I think he was around 2003, something like that. Sanchez was about 10, 11 years ago. So it's over a span. Now, that felony murder, man, it's so many people in here. It's hundreds of people in Michigan off of that. Same shit. They didn't kill anybody. And oftentimes the person that did the murder is charged with manslaughter or something less, and they're home. Meanwhile, this person's doing life without parole. But it's so much corruption in Michigan, man. They started something called the integrity unit that's supposed to weed out. It sounds like it's supposed to keep integrity to the prosecutors that did dirty shit or police, but it's nothing like that. Basically, it's an innocence project. If they could prove there's something to show your innocence, they do that. They haven't went out no prosecutors to try to put nobody on blast yet, but it's so many people in here, man, because you got to figure, which you probably know this yourself. Police work, what they do is it's the quickest, easiest way to solve shit. So just with me, for instance, my name came up. They're like, what, a white dude with braids? Oh, we found out he from out of town on parole. Yeah, that sounds like a good guy. Snatch me up. Try to build a case around that. They couldn't really get – nobody really said I shot anybody except for a guy that got shot. Turns out he was on probation, so they told him, hey, either say this guy shot you or you're going to jail for violation of probation, which I don't know if you've seen on my social media. I requested my files from the prosecutor's office just recently, and they denied it in full. Said, no, you can't see that shit. Obviously, they got something in there.
Yeah.
Probably that he cooperated, and if he did, they're supposed to tell me, and they didn't. So that's a violation. It's called a Brady violation.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the type of dirty shit they do, man. They play dirty. At one point in time, they said Michigan, the motto was beat it on appeal. In other words, once you go into that courtroom, we're about to convict you and beat that shit on appeal if you can. And that's like what it is, man. There's a lot of people in here wrongly convicted. Don't get me wrong. There's some people that did the shit and they own up to it and they own up to their parts. Even them guys. DeMille, he'll tell you I was in on a robbery and took the money out the cash register. John Ortiz Kehoe would tell you, hey, listen, man, once this lady was dead, I came home to my granddad's house. I helped get rid of that body. Give me time for what I did. But the problem is, them dudes are being cooked for shit they didn't do, and then there's people that did shit that shouldn't have the time they do have. With me, on my case, if I would have been in Denver where I'm from, I could have just lied and said, yeah, I shot them people, because I wouldn't have got in trouble, because I was being jumped. With Florida, y'all got to stand your ground. In Denver, it's called the Make My Day law.
Yeah.
It's the same situation. Michigan don't have that. Well, they might now. When I caught my case, they didn't have it. So the people are not only so many people through corruption being wrongly convicted, but they're being over-sentenced, man. People are not getting out, They're in here. They're coming in here 18 years old, 19-year-olds. It's young kids. And 25, 30 years later, they're still in here. And a lot of times not even for murder.
So
You have 1 minute remaining.
Let me ask you this here. Let me ask you this here real quick.
Yeah.
What is the benefit? What is the benefit of them running this corrupt scheme? Like, why are they doing this?
Well, it's all type of benefits, but really, the prison system as an industrial complex is monetized. They got to fill the seats. You know what I mean? It creates money. Everything, the whole process of it does. It's also political shit. People make careers off convictions and solving crimes, even if it ain't the right person. But people got to understand it's not a Democrat problem. It's not a Republican problem. It's an American problem, man. But the benefits is sometimes it ain't even no benefits. It's just the way it is. So it's the way it keeps being. Unless the people rise up and make noise and put it on blast. Which the winds of change are coming, man. People will understand this. When this hang up, man, I appreciate you having me. And I hope the people will, check this out. You can check out #Active Magazine. Derek Hamby wrote an article in there about felony murder. It's good, too. Check that out.
Thank you for using GTL.
And that's it. And that's it, right? And the lifeline is over. Whop. Cut off from the rest of the world. His 15 minutes is over. And you really don't know how frustrating that is, man, because you got so much that you want to say, and there's so much that you want to get out, and you got to do it like in 15 minutes. And this is how our life is. So it's hard for people to understand and grasp that when I talk fast and I talk straight to the point, and I'm quick with it because for many years, that's how I've been talking, to get a month's worth of information in 15 minutes. So what you just experienced is a prison phone call with an individual that is locked up in Michigan. Has been locked up, I think he said, for 18 years. And he named several individuals that, again, are locked up for sentences that they didn't commit. And he made a very good point in there because he said, beat it on appeal, that they have a motto up there called beat it on appeal. And this is something that I've heard through the court system many times. And what that truly means is, like in some of my other episodes, I'll talk about the overzealousness of prosecutors, and they'll just throw any charge that they can get. They'll throw conspiracy. They'll throw any charge that they can, and they'll make it stick all the way through the process. And it's up to you to take it and appeal it and get those charges up off you. So this is the system that we're in. It's not about truth. It's not about actuality. It's not about finding out what really happened and hold those individuals accountable. It's just about politics, and it's about growth of career and conviction rate and statistics. And we're looked at as just, as Clinton called us one time, just collateral damage. It's a system that's in place where the net is thrown into the sea, and every once in a while a dolphin or a turtle or something will be caught. And that's how they look at it. They know that they're going to wrap up innocent people, but in their eyes, the mass majority are criminals. So they feel like they're doing their job, and this is what they portray to the public, and the public believes it. Of course, everything going on today, now we know that media is nothing but a tool for mass manipulation. If you don't know that by now, then you're either an ostrich with your head in the ground, or you're just severely lost. So that's it. I'm tired. Man, I've had a hell of a 2 days. I know I look like shit. I'm clean shaven. I know I don't look like this. I look like a creep or a weirdo for real. I can't wait to let my hair grow out. But I'm on a project, and the people want me clean shaven, man. So tomorrow I got Temujin Kinsu. Same deal. I'm gonna have him live again, showing the corruption coming out of Michigan. I do want to touch on this. I did speak with a group of people about all of this corruption coming out of Michigan and what could be done about it. And as you just heard this man here say, and what I've been saying on my podcast, we as Americans have to unite. We have to stop going to these politicians and asking these politicians for change. This is my moniker now, like I say. I'm not negotiating with terrorists. So unless you can show me that your heart and your care is and intent is on change of our criminal justice system and getting some of these guys out of prison and getting them back to producing, right? If you're not showing me that, then you're anti, and to me you're a terrorist, because this is what's destroying our nation. It's destroying our nation in every community. So stay tuned for tomorrow, man. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Thank you for tuning in. You guys, we need everybody to come together, help each other out, spread word, post, share, tweet, subscribe, do these things, man, to bring us together, to unite, so we can be one voice. And I promise you this I promise you, you want these terrorists to listen to you, and you want these terrorists to do something for you, come with a group. When you come with a big enough group and a loud enough group, they're going to listen. They're going to listen. And I'm not talking about a group outside of a building. I'm talking about 50,000 strong. Your communities. Get all your community leaders all on one page with one voice. And they're going to know that the people are starting to unite. And that's going to scare them. And that's going to change. So we have to settle our differences. Love your neighbor, man. Help them out. Let's be kind to one another. Let's unite America, man. Love. Peace. Be your best self, man. Y'all take care. I am out of here.